IBTV presents live from Cahokia, Illinois. It's the Holiday Doubles, a premier doubles event. Today, brought to you by Hammer. Nothing hits like a hammer.
Always remember your skipping procedure. We skip one pair, then skip two pairs, then skip three pair. Okay, boys, once your arrows come up and ready, good luck and good scoring. Also, we still have a few presents from Santa, so first come, first serve as you bowl your 300s. You can go see Mike at Inside Bowling, get your Christmas present.
Jerry fired me.
Good morning, everyone. Mike Flanagan here with you, along with Lee Boudouris, for continuing coverage of the 2012 Holiday Doubles Tournament. This is the semifinals. There was a format change made this year to where we would cut to 24 teams, 4 games of semis. Then we will have 12 games of round-robin match play with the very best of the best coming up here. And Lee, you painted a picture this morning already. How many pins separate our 12th cut number to 24th?
48 pins.
So 48 pins separate the top 12
and 24
and 24th position. So
right, and there's only 61 pins between 6th and 24th.
Very, very exciting competition here today, as we have the same camera angles. If you weren't here with us yesterday, you missed out on a doozy of a day. After about 4 hours sleep last night, woke up, got a little more voice today as I lost it towards the end of the day yesterday. And I want to thank everybody for joining us yesterday. So many positive comments came in, personal messages, text messages, post on our Inside Bowling Facebook page, Twitter shout-outs. Thank you so much. There's so much love in the air. You guys are the very best online followers of bowling, and we so much appreciate it. Really makes me feel good when we come out here and spend an entire day. Yesterday, 9 a.m. until 2 a.m., which I don't know how my math's looking right now. That's 17 hours of coverage yesterday.
Sounds right.
And we'll be with you here today all the way up until the end. We've got a few different pairs that we can check in on. We've got lanes 5 and 6 here, where we have Valenta and Eric Samowski with Rich Ness and J.R. Monteith.
Yep.
5 and 6. Got our scoreboard camera still working. BV's down there, though. I adjusted it already this morning, but as you can tell, it's a little out of whack already because BV loves to mess around with the table back there. They're just getting underway. And then over on lanes 19 and 20, we still have taken care of today, where we have Rick Miller and Rob Gotchel this morning. Rob sporting his High Five Storm jersey. And we also have the team of Joe Roseman and Scott Raines, I believe it is. Yes, that is correct. Down there on 19 and 20, crossing with each other this morning. And we got our scoreboard cam there as well, so you can follow along at home all day. And then, of course, we have our illustrious camera, the Star Cam, up here above the booth. Gives you the whole center of the bowling center, which lanes 11 and 12. You've got Greg Look and Chris Taylor, along with the team of Aldridge and Chaz Brewer. As Sean Swanson, his hands are freezing cold. He just grabbed me. And 13 and 14, Ben Scroggins, bowling with Kevin Williams. And who's on 14?
That's Justin Gamlin and Kirk Martin.
Couple of locals here doing very well. Over on 15 and 16, we've got Aaron Orange and Alfred Daniel. They sit second. And Adam Barda and Liz Johnson, who are in first position. They're on 15 and 16. For those of you that are interested in knowing how the lane assignments were set up, they were random draw. So for the leaders to be on the same pair, it was totally random.
I don't think so. I think the leaders just drew a pair and they started from that way.
Oh, is that what happened?
So you got our leaders on 15 and 16, and then you got descending order and standings all the way to the 24, starting again on 1 where you find Boyer.
Thank you very much, Lee.
And then
thanks
down
for clarifying.
To 23rd, 24th in front of us here. But they're going to be moving in different directions again, so it'll all spread out in a hurry.
So the skip procedure today is skip 1, skip 2, skip 3. So that way they'll go throughout the entire house. They're going to bowl 4 games here. And action is underway. Game number 1 will be fast and furious today as we create the drama, as this field is totally bunched up. And Sean Swanson stands next to me. He's won the tournament the last 3 years in a row. It's got to be a little bittersweet for him to not be bowling on Sunday this year.
He could have went to the Griswold. He's probably still got time.
Probably does.
I think practice starts in 15 minutes.
There's a second chance tournament happening over at the Griswold. It's at Bel Air Bowl that we're having today. Side event. We'll keep you updated on that throughout the day.
I'll try and get as much information on that as I can as we go. Had a number of teams, Mike, who had to make huge runs just to be here right now. And we had Valenta and Samowski finishing with 550. Cleveland and Sweet finished with 555. Just looking through some of the names here, let's see. Scroggins and Williams finished 499, 475, 514. I believe Ben Scroggins had a punch to do that. Greg Look and Chris Taylor finished with 499, 512 to sneak in. And some of the teams that whack the fresh aren't here anymore.
We always get the best guests in this booth, and we've got Sean Swanson joins us in the booth. Sean, it's got to be kind of bittersweet to be up here today with you, not being able to be bowling. What happened yesterday, bud?
Oh, it's not bittersweet. It stinks. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Just scores are really high, so, you know. If you can't strike as a lot as you need to, then, I mean, we only missed by, I believe, 13 pins, and we missed by about, let's see here, we were 29th. So we missed by 5 spots, and it's 13 pins, so that's just one hit. So when scores are that high and people are that bunched up, that's going to happen.
So you won the tournament 2 years in a row with Sean Quinn, came back last year bowl with Casey Murphy, and were able to shoe up with Casey one more time again this year. And you guys did just miss, as you said, not too many pins behind there. With this larger field, a couple of hits here and there can have you out of the finals. I know that John Brocklin and Rich Orff also have won this tournament, and they just missed as well.
Yeah, Casey struggled a little bit, games 5 and 6, and we knew with that many teams it's just going to be harder to make the cut just because of the numbers, but it happens. No big deal. We won last weekend in Memphis, so we have our days.
Yeah, it was. It's one heck of a run here at this tournament for you, and I know it's one you look forward to every year. You've been around every squad, raffling off an Enigma bowling ball, I believe, donated by Columbia 300, who supports you.
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit about that event you got coming up in Springfield.
Well, we're doing a fundraiser, and then on a Saturday, and then I'm having a scratch tournament on Sunday. The fundraiser's basically a business corporation type thing to raise money for cancer research there in Springfield and cancer patients. Obviously, a lot of you know I went through sarcoma cancer and went through chemo treatment all summer long. And Bugsy Kelly from Columbia 300 was good enough to donate some Enigmas. We raffled them off with bracelet sales this week, and raised almost $1,000 this weekend alone with bracelet sales. In fact, I sold out of them, so I'm going to take those. Supposed to have some more in. Take those to Arkansas next week with the Greg O'Neill's tournaments and do the same thing there. And possibly got some T-shirts on order, so we're going to raise money from now until April when my fundraiser and scratch tournament is, and probably just get involved with the cancer patients, cancer research for Cox Health there in Springfield.
Need to get that flyer, Mike, on the scrolling page there on the website.
Yeah, we'll put that up on Inside Bowling.
When I announced the bracelet sales, that's all I thought it was. I didn't know there was a tournament associated with it.
Yeah, we got a tournament in Springfield. The actual scratch tournament is going to be April 14th. First place is going to be $2,000 guaranteed. I've raised that money. It's going to be payoff 1 and 4, $135 entry fee. The first place money has been donated, so that's not even going to be affected by the prize fund. So the rest of the prize funds will be based on entries. So it's going to be 1 and 4, 2,000 first, and like second will be like 1,500, that type of payout. So it's going to pay off really good. 1-day deal.
And what center is that at?
Do what?
What center is that at?
Battlefield Lanes in Springfield.
Good.
Yeah, that's where my pro shop is.
We broadcasted the Missouri State High School bowling finals down there.
Yeah, you guys were there. That's right.
At Battlefield. So you got a nice shop in there, and things at the shop going well for you?
Yeah, I mean, Christmas time, everything's going well. Andy from Andy B's does a real nice job with his centers. He just remodeled Bartlett in Memphis and spent 7 figures on that. So
Holy Toledo.
So it's real nice, and it's a palace, as they say down there. So he takes care of his centers really well, and it's a nice shop. Do pretty good there, down there.
Adam Barta and Liz Johnson both have the first 5 on 15 and 16. That's under the Budweiser masking unit.
Is that meaningful? It is St. Louis, so I guess it is fairly meaningful.
Mike's just auditioning to be the lead announcer for the Cardinals. So how many times has Matt
Shannon
Holliday
can't stay around forever.
has like Matt Holliday or something hit a one-hopper off the Budweiser sign? You know exactly where that's at.
Off the Tony La Russa face.
I like to let people know where they're at when we're looking at this wide scope here. They can look at one side or the other, and they can identify with the Budweiser banner guys.
That's pretty quick justification there. I like that.
So we've got some new bells and whistles this year, Sean.
I see that.
We got the jib, and that's up above. That's what we're looking at right now. As you see, Alfred Daniel, one half of the Daniel Orange team. They sit in second place going into these 4 games. They were plus 841 yesterday, only 15 pins behind Johnson and Barta.
Springfield boys down here in front are struggling a little bit.
Chaz Brewer and his partner, Mr. Aldridge.
Correct.
What's Aldridge's first name?
David.
David? Yeah, that's what I thought.
David always has his hat and sunglasses on, even though it's 9 o'clock in the morning. That's okay.
Yeah. He's got his Oakleys up on top of his hat.
He's just ready for the end of the match play finals when that glare will come in from behind 1 and 2. He'll be ready for it.
Hey, he does that in league at 9:30 at night, so it's.
Liz Johnson now has the first 6, and Adam Barta, you'll see him on lane 16. You'll see his ball travel down the lane anyway.
He'll sneak into the picture just a little bit.
Time you guys get out here last night?
I got out of here about 2:30.
Waffle House?
No, 2:30, went home. Did a couple of things, pet the dogs, laid down in bed, updated my Facebook status, passed out, woke up, came over here today.
There you go. Dedication.
Sean, what do you think of this format change with instead of 16 games of round-robin match play? We did this four-game semifinal and 12 games of round-robin. Do you like the format change, or did you kind of like the old way?
When you get that many teams in, you may have to tweak it a little bit. Actually, this format's similar to the one they run down in Memphis a couple weeks ago, where you bowl and then they cut and just bowl 3 games and then bowl again. So formats are irrelevant to me. Just basically you got to strike to win. So whoever strikes the most is going to win, no matter the format. More games the better usually. Best bowlers win.
Good start for Monteith and Ness down there, Mike. Just 1 miss.
Yep, Rich Ness you see on lane 5 there. It's Brian Valenta.
Throwing the green ball.
Deviate tonight we bowl. Isn't that the slogan?
Yo Kiddo DV8, made in Mexico.
It's 8 in a row for Rich Ness. He had a 299 in qualifying.
So many 300s they have yesterday.
There is, if you want to hand me that stack of papers that's right there, we were keeping, well, no, it's under the Hall's.
Cough drops?
Yeah, that one.
No.
We had one on Friday night, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 in the morning, 7 in the afternoon, and 3 at night.
Did Liz have 2 or she just have 1?
She just had 1. Dean Billings was the only guy with 2.
She shot 299, I think.
So that's 10. That's 20 300s so far.
Typical Knife League bowling in St. Louis.
Here, anyway.
Wood lanes, you gotta love it.
I think Mike set the original over-under at about 30, was it 31 and a half? Mike?
31 and a half it was.
She's got some, we're at 20 right now.
Best of the best this year. If we can get 12 300s to go ahead and cash that over, that'd be pretty cool. But obviously it's not all about 300s, but we knew there'd be a lot of them at this tournament. That's why we decided to do the presents. It's been kind of a big hit. I know Antonio Medina has been getting a kick out of it all weekend.
Well, he should have came. We shot 300. Just, you know, funky cold. Eric Sanowski, the only one of the 3 re-enters to still be here. So he's on game 17 of the weekend.
Sure his hand felt good this morning.
Well, his first 8 were on Friday night, so he might be okay. 8, and you know, if he has to bowl 12 today, then.
So we'll stay here at J.R. Monteith with working on, he opened up there, so 264.
Nice round number.
Possible 264, 300 for Rich Ness, his partner. Where did they sit coming into this, Lee?
They were down in 16th place at 659 over.
This would be a heck of a start for them. Exactly what they were looking for this morning.
Should easily put them in the top 5. As bunched as this field is. We successfully black clouded Johnson and Barta. They have both missed. Liz missed in the 7th, Barta the 8th.
They still both have 279 apiece left, though.
It's only slightly over their average for them, so.
Derek Matson out-averaged everybody yesterday as he averaged 263 using a teal Rhino.
Yep.
He's got 2 of those. And when you can attack the dry and you're left-handed with a high rev rate, pins just like to fall down.
I crossed with him in one of the SMBT things, and that's what he threw down there, down in Imperial.
It's kind of his go-to ball. If there's friction at all, he likes to use it. And, it's Old Faithful for him. He's got 2 up.
Yeah, I crossed with him at the SMBT at Quonset on the harder shot. Same thing. All right, 264 for JR. Good score to take down a mystery jackpot with.
For sure. Captain Joe in the chat says he loves the teal rhino.
Tristan Choate, Mike, has the front nine down here on 17 and 18. He's going to finish on 18.
Rich Ness looking for the first 10 here. Lane number 3, my teammate on Tuesdays.
Oh.
Solid 8. So Rich Ness can shoot 279. We'll go check in. And
here's lane 5 and 6. We're going to
we got a microphone problem here today, Lee. Is this thing doing okay?
Check.
Yeah, I'm not loving how it's helping us out today. It's cutting out a little bit. Looks like Raines and Roseman, 259, 265. Gottschall and Miller, 216, 230. Samowski 264, Valenta 238.
As high as the scores were at the beginning of each block, you're going to have to go at least 400 over to do anything.
So game number 1 just wrapping up. Mike Flanagan here with you, along with Sean Swanson joining us here in the booth. 3-time champion. It will not be 4 in a row. But he's still here this morning.
Absolutely.
Well, we got to get you fired up for next year.
Fired up for next year? Absolutely. I've had people already ask me for dates for other tournaments in December, trying to wrap it around the World Series of Bowling whenever that's going to be.
Speaking of the World Series of Bowling, don't forget the PBA is on TV today, noon Central.
All right, Mike, 17 and 18. Tristan Choate.
We'll move you down in that direction. You'll be able to see his ball roll here on 18.
Got the Reds hat on today. You never really know.
Looking for 300.
Yep. No emotion at all.
300 for Tristan Choate. You got the pin down there?
No.
I'm going to write that down on the sheet.
See the third. I got it. The third team with both guys that shoot 300 this weekend.
Liz Johnson 279. Adam Barta has still got 279 left. He's throwing the first shot in the 10th.
Tristan Parker, Kevin Perky's in the 230s. 237 with one more strike. Pretty good start.
Lee, Tristan tried sending someone down to collect his present for him, and that's not going to cut it.
That's against Santa's rules?
That's against the rules, yeah.
Who did he try to send down? I missed that.
I think it's his backer.
Oh, Scotty? Guy with the beard?
Yep.
Where is he? He's right behind me. Didn't actually take anything, right? Okay. I'll yell at him.
Found out we're going to have about 40 bowlers over the second chance tournament at the Clark Griswold today, so that's cool.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
Anytime you get 40 guys for a scratch tournament.
Also, got a clarification from tournament director Jerry Anderson that the pairs are actually moving together today, so they will actually be moving in one direction. Everybody's moving right today, so
everybody can bond today.
Yeah, that's right. Love one another.
Exchange phone numbers, Christmas cards.
So over on lanes 19 and 20, moving into our picture here, you'll see our top two teams. Adam Barta and Liz Johnson, along with Alfred Daniel and Aaron Orange. I'd like to welcome in Miss Wheezy, Travie, Hammer Orange, Captain Joe, everybody here this morning in our chat.
I'm sure most of Barta Nation's already here. They're an hour ahead of us.
Yep, we've got them right here on 19 and 20 for you in this game number 2 of 4 of these semifinals.
They're not going to rerun them, are they, after 4?
They are going to re-oil, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, they are.
Let them burn.
And I'm going to go down and talk to the folks down by 19 and 20 about being careful with the camera there.
Down there.
Maybe he'll get a new hat.
Whatever one you want. He's having Scott Plumley here help him choose his gift.
Does his backer get half the gift?
Well, they split the cost of the gift, and then the markup is
Okay.
all Scott's or something like that.
It is all tax deductible.
Go down there and open it. Well, that'll keep Scott occupied for a little bit.
Yeah, he's pretty intense about that. He's following right along.
It's like Tommy Rogers wants you to say the date of your tournament again down in Springfield.
The scratch tournament is April 14th. Fundraiser part is April 13th. I know, I believe it's on the same weekend as one of Tommy's tournaments, but unfortunately couldn't avoid that. between the IB Open and the Arkansas Scratch tournaments. There's just not a lot of dates to choose from, unfortunately. But he's doing a great job up here around St. Louis area with his tournaments.
It's definitely getting people from all over.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Coming a long ways for a one-day Sunday tournament.
Yeah, they're
a lot of weekends.
Doing that same type deal down in Arkansas, the Greg O'Neill's tournaments. He's getting 50 to 90 guys for a one-day deal and bowl all day, and you can still be home by 7, 8 o'clock at night. Both those guys seem to be onto something about how to run scratch tournaments, where a lot of other people struggle. Always amazes me how many people actually come out and watch this tournament.
Yeah, the bowling center was definitely packed yesterday for a big portion of the day, probably after about 10:30 on.
Up here, what, 3-4 times a year bowling tournaments. It's the same group that's always watching too. They're pretty loyal.
Many of them haven't picked up a bowling ball in
kind of look that
years or decades, but they're still here every time for anything.
They come out and watch Rich and Pete bowl, and they remember watching Ray and Dick bowl.
Probably right. Well, looks like Scott got the gift open for Tristan down there. I don't know what they got, but
well, he's smiling. He's happy.
Scott Plumley is always smiling. It's like Jeremy Boyer.
Go throw your weight around, get those cameras taken care of?
Yeah, Pete Barta was just, I mean, they almost fell over.
Oh.
He didn't do it on purpose. It was just, got to adjust this here. Nothing else to do, you know.
Tristan got the stability strikes, and Kevin or Tristan or Scott didn't know what, he didn't say socks on them. It just had stability strikes, and they didn't know what they were. There's socks that keep you stable and help you strike, I guess.
So Barta and Johnson both have doubles. Let's head over to 5 and 6. Looks like we got Deadwood.
Play-by-play right there.
Little update here. Jeremy Boyer.
Another two-handed left-hander. The kid running down and back.
Jeremy Boyer and Roy Adams are on this pair, along with Dean Billings.
And Tony Carson.
Tony Carson, that's right. Dean Billings, 2 300s yesterday. He's won to Peterson once. It was rumored he might have won it twice, but he's won it one time. $50,000 winner when he won it.
When we bowled that tournament in Memphis a couple weeks ago, out of 16 teams, I believe we counted 9 no-thumbers or two-handers in the finals on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah. Patrick Allen was just in awe. He'd never seen that many before.
When it works, it works.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's tough to beat.
A couple of those half 710s we saw a lot of. I confirm this one on 6, one on 12. For House that carries so well, you do see a number of those.
Definitely carries better when you throw it straighter, though. That's what Casey ran into yesterday. He tried to jump in and hook it. And left a 710, bunch of flat 10s. Then he moved back right, threw a little straighter, and shot 80 over his last two.
He wasn't bowling me, so he's allowed to miss. He can't lose to me.
I almost don't know what to do. My camera hasn't moved. That was a nice conversion of the 210 by Aaron Orange, by the way. I mean, everything's perfect down there now. Like,
nobody's even around it. You scared everybody away.
yeah.
Security. So as a tournament director, how does this tournament, question for you, Michael, this tournament, the trio like in Wichita that had so many great bowlers for just one weekend, but regionals can't attract half this bowlers and half this talent?
Yeah, I think it's all about power of influence and people's public perception of the events and who's behind it and just following. If all the cool kids are going to go hang out on a certain corner of the street, that's where everybody's going to go. So, you take a guy like Tommy Rogers with the Southern Missouri Bowlers Tour here in our area.
Absolutely.
He has created and bonded friendships with people to where they feel like they should go bowl because they don't want to let him down and they want to support him, so they go and they bowl. And when it comes to the regional program, the PBA is the PBA, and the PBA is the greatest marketing for our sport and the greatest professional sports organization that we have within our sport. However, it's not like the regional directors go out of their way to create these friendships with attracting new bowlers. Correct. They have them with the existing bowlers, but it's intimidating to bowl a PBA event. And it's pretty expensive too.
It's very expensive. I know they're going to try a bunch of one-day deals next year. See if that helps with eliminating some expenses and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's the answer or not, but at least they're going to try something. That's half the battle right there, is getting some of the people in there to change ideas. Even if it fails, at least you tried.
Very, very talented folks work for the PBA.
Yep.
Just need, I think the regionals would do a lot better if Extra Frame was at a lot of them, because I think that people do enjoy what we're doing, like here at this event.
Oh, absolutely.
But Extra Frame, they can only do so much of that because there's a lot of expenses involved with getting all the equipment there and hotel arrangements and all that to be able to do this. So
I know when the Jonesboro Regional was really flourishing and filling up every year, that they had local TV and radio did live remotes from there on Friday night during the Pro-Am and Saturday during qualifying, and they would interview some of the bowlers before they bowled and after they bowled, just in some short, 2-3 minute spots, and obviously it was in the paper every day, so made it a community deal. The whole town got behind it.
I think the last time bowling was mentioned on local TV here in St. Louis was the Tim Mazzell visit to the inaugural IB Open with Pete Weber. See, local TV eccentric personality, you might call him, Sean, came out to visit tournament before we had that one. But even when the PBA came through in I guess that was 04, the spring of 04, I don't remember it mentioned at all.
Josh Blanchard wears number 3 or number 4 for the entire year of the Not So Top 10 on ESPN.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that counts for anything. But
you can see we have a standings update. It's popped up on your screen on our ticker. Updated standings. Johnson and Barta still sit up top at plus 1,012. 145 pin separation. or 125. You do the math at home. Maybe it is 135. But Perky and Choate are in second now at plus 887. Third, Rains and Roseman at 835. Fourth is Orange and Daniel. They were in second. They fall down to fourth. Orange and Daniel plus 822. Taking a look at our 12th spot right now, that number is Rao and Rao at plus 762. Monteith and Ness have moved up to fifth at plus 802 after that big first game. And 12th place plus 762, 24th place plus 612. So 140 pins separate, 150 pins separate 12th and 24th now.
To show how close this is, Team Rao and Rao, they're the number at 762. So they shot 471 that game and dropped 4 spots. Anything that's not 240 is not going to help.
Yeah, we shot 514 game 7 yesterday and went from 13th to 11th.
J.R. Monteith and Rich Ness from 16th to 5th after that big game down there. In the 540 range. Whoa. Chaz Brewer with the balk. 15-16.
And he's too busy texting me apparently while he's bowling.
It's a $100 shot clock violation.
Yes, he's better known as Shannon down in Springfield because he's left-handed and skinny like Shannon Plahowski, so we call him Shannon.
I'll have to file that one away. If he shoots 300 today, I'm going to introduce him as Shannon.
Be sure and tell him that when you go down for the Greater Ozarks.
I'll do that as well.
For that.
Right.
He's recently married though, so he's doing okay.
Yeah, we always go to that with very early in the tournament, like the second or third weekend, and he was picking my brain after I got done.
Yeah.
On the left side.
His first year last year, so he's trying to learn on the job.
He did a good job.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like he's giving me that funny look up there now. It's like he knows I'm talking about.
Yeah, next year they're going to fresh oil on all team events, and next year they're talking about doing fresh on singles and doubles, but they're trying to figure out a timeline for that, because otherwise it'd be 16-hour days. Try to make it fair for everybody down there.
Yeah, we always bowl morning, so it's not really been an issue for our group.
You've had fresh the whole time. Mike wasn't happy with your microphone.
No. Does that sound better?
That does sound better.
All right, we're good.
That does sound better.
Apparently there were some shenanigans in the booth last night after I left. I know who was up here.
I believe Hess was up here. He seems to live up here when he's bowling these tournaments.
Yep, Tom Hess and Jeremy Hunt and Craig Nidifer was up here, and somebody just broke my microphone last night, Mike. Apparently. I leave, all hell breaks loose. I mean, you got to keep it under control up here.
That microphone was just getting on my nerves over there. I don't know what's going on with it. So, but we're phasing those out now. Going to these headsets. I got 2 more on order. Got a couple of Audio Technicas coming in. They're the best that are available. Check in on Liz Johnson, Adam Barta, Aaron Orange, Alfred Daniel.
Valenta struggling down there on 9 and 10.
86 in the fifth would be struggling on this.
Absolutely.
It's like Barta had an open in frame before that. That's their one open for the day.
Liz still living up in Chicago?
I have no idea.
Last time I knew she was living in the Chicago area.
She's originally from Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where she's from right now.
Saw her last year at the regional in Springfield and said she was moved to Chicago. Seen her a few times in these Midwestern tournaments, so I thought she may have relocated from the paradise of Buffalo to the paradise of Chicago.
She must really like lake effect snow.
Yeah,
That's all I know.
Cold weather. I guess you get used to it. Enjoy your 2 months of summer.
Tyler Young puts on Facebook, well, shit. Bowling attorney in St. Louis and Mike Wolf, Tom Hess, and Pete Weber walk in. Shit. How funny is that? That's the second chance tournament. The Clark Griswold. That is so hilarious. There's a tournament going on, and it's our second chance tournament from this event. Mike Wolf, Tom Hess, and Pete Weber did not make this finals.
That's a loser's bracket.
Yeah, and this poor guy shows up to go bowl over there. He's excited about the second chance tournament, and he's got Mike Wolf, Tom Hess, and Pete Weber there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that cracks me up. That's just too funny.
Yeah, Chaz was telling me he usually spikes his hair a little bit too sometimes. It makes it look more like Shannon, but he probably got like 3 hours of sleep last night, so.
Jason Woolham posts on Facebook.
Oh boy.
Is the Clark Griswold tournament or is it a PBA regional? I mean, we were just talking about this.
Yeah.
You know, the regionals are getting how many guys?
30 to 40, yeah.
Yeah, the Clark Griswold tournament's got 30 to 40, 38 with Mike Wolf, Pete Weber, Tom Hess.
Casey was going over there too.
Casey Murphy, yeah. I mean, that's going to be a loaded George Gohagen.
Probably the best group of talent in that bowling alley maybe ever.
Oh, that's so funny, though. That is so funny. Oh, the things that happen when you create different things is just hilarious. Dave Strom just updated Facebook as well. Pete Weber, Mike Wolf, Tom Hess in the house at Bel Air Bowl for the Griswold Open. 'Tis the season to be merry. And that's the young lady's name that was helping pick out some lingerie for Ellen in Christmas Vacation, and sticking with the holiday theme here at the Holiday Doubles Tournament. We nicknamed the second chance tournament the Clark Griswold Tournament.
You seen their old Navy commercials? All
Yeah.
the Griswolds, those are pretty good. All the kids, Russ.
Yeah.
Russ.
All-time classic movie, and
Yeah, at least have trouble remembering that one. Can't really quote it at will.
You're too young.
Well, it's on TV like every week.
They probably bleep out the good parts though.
Yeah, probably.
Put in a special request. If any of you want to send us a gift for next year's tournament, next year's holiday tournament, we will gladly accept a leg lamp to put right here on the front of the booth. We have a leg lamp from Christmas Story.
If anybody wants to make us a black cloud we can hang over the booth, we could use one of those too after our run yesterday morning.
Pete Barta updated his Facebook and said that Adam and Liz shot 556 game number 1. Adam had 277. Liz had 279. 556 is pretty good.
So Liz had to carry Adam that game?
Yeah, and it even says that a little bit lower. Another day of Liz dragging Adam Barta to the finish line, Jeremy Hunt says.
Well, in this game, Liz is getting up in the... If we can put that scoreboard up, Mike. That'd be easier to read. Liz has 279 left. Adam Barta only has 265. So again, it's Liz doing all the heavy lifting down there.
Our friends in the chat are letting us know that Liz's Facebook page still says that she lives in Cheektowaga. That doesn't mean she's had time to update her Facebook page, so.
This is true.
Boys, I think I'm going to head on home. Got a 3-hour drive ahead of me.
Sean, it's been a pleasure.
I just want to say thanks to everybody for you sent me messages on Facebook and everything for dealing with the chemo and the cancer and everything. It really does mean a lot. And a lot of the guys from the PBA sent me messages and phone calls and text. If anybody out there ever goes through this, feel free to give me a call. I talked to Dale Ballard a lot going through this, and he was a big help. And it really is something that you can't go through alone, and you need a lot of support from friends and family. And I really do appreciate all the people who were there for me.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Sean. Yeah, I can tell you that when that news came through, I saw it go all throughout Facebook, and it really shows you how many friends you have and how many people you've met over the years when something like that happens. And
absolutely. I brought 330 bracelets here to sell and sold them all. So let's say it raised almost $1,000 for cancer, and it really does mean a lot.
And if I'm throwing it good, in early April, I'll try and make it down.
Absolutely. Already got people say they're coming, if anything, just to support the cause and everything, like Mike was talking about. People don't want to let other people down, and the bowling center is only charging $15 for lineage and expenses for an all-day event. $10 of the entry fees going to cancer research, and the bowling center for the $5 that they're supposed to get for the brackets, they're kicking back to the cancer research. So
that'll be good.
Yeah, it's going to be a great deal.
Marcy Barta here in the chat says, God bless you, Sean. And
appreciate it.
Hammer Orange says, glad you're doing well, Sean.
I am doing well. Had a little scare a couple weeks ago. Had an MRI and some stuff showed up on the MRI, but had a PET scan and everything was clear. So basically the MRI was showing scar tissue from the surgery I had, and it's always going to be there. So we're going to scrap the MRIs and just do PET scans from now on every 3 months to make sure everything's cleared up.
Well, we're happy to see you up here with us, and
absolutely,
and doing as well as you can for everything you've had to gone through.
Appreciate it. And I'm sure I will see you guys around. If anything, I'll see you in April for the IB Open.
All right, bud.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate it. That's Sean Swanson checking in with us this morning. 3-time champion, 3 times in a row. Decided to come by this morning. What's that? I'll be in Detroit. Yep. I'll see Sean in Detroit, the World Series of Bowling. And Sean's going to begin his trek to Springfield, Missouri, where he is from.
Check. There we go.
Lee is back. He put the headset back on. And they bumped my camera down there.
That's Pete Barta leaning into it. $2.79 for Liz and $2.65 if Adam can strike one more time. So they've had 4 misses through 2 games between them. 3 spares and 1 split. We do need to tell Adam to stop slacking down there. Mike, it's 2 games in a row. Liz has beat him. Liz 2/3 of the way to the Nick Cordy.
Is that Adam only had 190 down there?
No, he's getting ready to.
Okay.
Looks like they're doing a correction there.
All right. I was going to say, wow.
260 something. 263.
So Liz 279, Adam 263. All pins carry over. There is no stepladder finals, so the separation that we're seeing here, if this continues, first place maybe.
They're trying to run away and hide.
Yeah, they're certainly trying to make a case for that early on here. But don't forget, 12 games a little bit later, 30 bonus pins. You can make up a lot of pins quickly.
Are they re-oiling between semis and the match play?
They are.
Okay. Nice game here on 15 and 16, Mike, from Shannon, as I'm supposed to call him. 276, his partner had 246. 522.
Try to straighten this thing out a little bit, get a little more in front of you. I think Jeremy Hunt had it all out of whack.
Is that better?
Yeah, so game number 2 here, we going into game 3.
It's going fast.
It is. And then we'll have 12 games. We'll be out of here before you know it. Yesterday was the long day, though, that 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. It's for the birds, but we have a fun day. At the end of the night last night, this broadcast was really, there was nothing professional about it at all. I mean, it was just a bunch of guys sitting around talking bowling with, we had Tom Hess and Jeremy Hunt and Brian Valenta up in the booth, and then we had Craig Nidifer a little bit later.
It was all professional bowlers, but
yeah, it was insane.
nothing professional about it. Not that anything is, but
we've been hearing here in the chat, they're wondering if they're a little bit tighter today, and I've been kind of looking around. We've seen some 210s here and there. They might be a little tighter.
I think part of it, too, is that some of the teams that are here today didn't like the fresh yesterday. They're the teams who rallied at the right time and finished with 500s or 550s or 555s or
sure
some teams that thrived when they broke down, and they're not going to make it that far today with only 4 games. So to make some adjustments and hurry up. It's 2 games left. There is a Mr. Dean Billings sighting right now. The red shirt on lane 11.
Tom Hess just updated his Facebook page, says he's bowling the Griswold today.
We need Big D to post some standing sheets if he can over there.
Kimberly Evans-Mann is out there also updating folks about what's happening here at the tournaments. Appreciate that very much. Appreciate you being in our chat with us all day yesterday and with us again today.
Boyer stared me down after that strike. Still, there he goes.
Now he's smiling.
He's smiling. So 13 and 14 is Spink, Clayton, Cleveland, and Sweet. All local bowlers.
I got to share a picture on our Facebook page, our IB Inside Bowling Facebook page. I want everybody to go check it out. I'm going to put this up there right now. It's a really cool picture that Ken Weinrich has put together for us.
Morning, Ken.
I'm going to go ahead and share this photo.
Ken put it up himself?
Yeah.
All right, take a quick look at it here. It is a nice picture.
Just shared that photo on our Inside Bowling Facebook page. Accepting 6 new friend requests right now. Getting those through right now. Check out that picture. It's a great picture of the fireplace at the Weinrich household with our live streaming on the flat screen right above the fireplace.
Got to figure out how to set all of that up. My place should be able to do it. Just haven't got that far yet.
Having an HDMI output on a laptop really helps.
Yeah, my laptops, they didn't put HDMI inputs on laptops in like 2007.
It's like Andre Parker. And his partner Coleman, along with Klein and Klein. The team is Klein and Klein. There's Jeremy there. Mike Flanagan here with you at the 2012 Holiday Doubles semifinals, brought to you by Hammer. Nothing hits like a hammer. And Lee Boudouris joins me again today. Lee, it's been just absolute pleasure having you with me through all this competition since Friday.
Watching some bowling up here, having a good time. We've got a Hammer staffer in front of us. Someone asked who was wearing the Colt jersey. It's Jeremy Boyer. Hammer staffer.
Been battling a cold all week, so my voice is a little off here. Apologize for that, everyone. If you like it better, I apologize for my original voice that you normally hear all the time. My apologies.
Mike, everybody will try and find something to rip on you for, so.
Oh, I'm sure. Wouldn't have it any other way. That's why they love me. That's why they hate me all at the same time. You don't have to like me. Just respect what we do. And we'll go along just fine.
Your inside bowling grind, if you will.
Yeah, you know, a wise man told me once that if you agree with 51% of somebody's ideas, you better marry them or hire them. One thing or the other, either hire them or marry them. So, 51%. We got Raines and Roseman along with Rick Miller and Rob Gottschall over here. Joe Roseman has the first 6.
A lot of people here today throwing lots and lots of strikes. They had to get here. The cut number was 634. It's a 239.6 average. We're told there are about 40 entries down at Bel Air at the Griswold, including Hess, Wolf, Weber maybe, I think. So not a bad turnout down there.
Gottschall and Miller are two of the probably best bowlers, amateur bowlers in this field, and they're paired up together. It's amazing how much talent isn't in the building today that entered the tournament. We mentioned Mike Wolf and Tom Hess and Pete Weber. Many other very, very good names. Murphy and Swanson, of course, the defending champions. Gail Myers Jr., Brocklin and Orff, Ramoklis and Krapels. Ramoklis and Krapels were cruising along on the Friday squad, which seems like 3 weeks ago, and faltered down the line a little bit. And then as they did that, we see them just miss the top 24 by 9 pins. Derek Sapp and Mark Clark bowled together, and they missed by just 8 pins.
Yeah, just show how tough this was. I mean, Ramoklis and Krapels led for most of their squad. Roman Wollum led for 5 games of theirs.
Yeah, and they're not here.
Let's see, there's someone else I'm looking for here. The team of Howlemans from Memphis. They were leading their squad at one time. They're not here. Johnson and Martinez were leading D squad after a couple games. They're all somewhere else, either at the Griswold or on the way home.
This Joe Roseman right here, he can play. He's from Iowa. His game got very good at a very young age. I believe he was shooting 300s and 800s when he was 12 or 13 years old. Jeff Carter bowled with him in the righty-lefty here last year that we live streamed. Rob Gottschall sends one, about a third of the way up the lane. Nice job there, Rob. Showing off for all the ladies that are watching today. While we get ready to see the Deadwood retrieval, we will hop out of here and head back over to lanes 19 and 20. Looks like we got standings after game number 2 just came up here.
Reload your screen to see that.
Johnson and Barta plus 1154. They extend their lead. Second is Perky and Choate at 977. So 173 pins between first and second now.
Trying to look at some of these names here. It looks like JR and Rich Ness started the day in 16th. They're still in 5th. Kevin Williams is right next to me. We were talking earlier about they were the number. In the 2 games, they've moved up 9 spots to 15th.
Right now, 12th is plus 821. 20th place is plus 753. So that's 70 pins between 12th and 20th.
Orange and Daniel started the day in second, Mike. They're down to 11th. And if you want to take a quick look at the cut number, if you go to our Skycam, right in front of us in 13 and 14 are the team that's in 12th and the team that's in 13th. The difference between Cleveland and Spink and Clayton, 5 pins.
The Greater St. Louis Bowling Association Executive Director Dale Bone is in the building. Just came by and said hello here in the booth.
And then he left.
He had a smile on his face, so that's a good thing.
There you go.
Spink and Clayton are the 12th and final cut spot here through 2 games at plus 821.
Cody has went strike, 10 pin, 9 pin, 10 pin strike this game.
Cody Clayton
gets that one.
We just keep cruising along here. Game number 3, about halfway done. In front of us, you'll see Roy Adams getting ready to bowl on lane number 11. He's got the first 6 in a row. His partner Jeremy Boyer can shoot 259. They have a possible 559. I know they'd like to finish this one out and do that. It's a 4-pin for Roy Adams. First shot I watch him throw and leaves a 4-pin. Pretty much par for the course.
Right.
Nathan Moore hanging out over here. Looks like you're plus 813, and it looks like you're 8 out right now, bud. And Russ Wilson, as he watches him throw the ball on lane 9. Nathan just watched. Russ actually tripped out the 2 and the 4 forward on a light hit. And
they've got 590 left, Mike.
They do. Who has 590?
Bohr and Wilson.
No? They're not across from each other.
They're not? Okay.
No, it's...
Sorry about that. So they've only got 569.
569.
Darn.
Yeah. 569. They're crossing with Fritton and Kloss
the Chad Wrecker.
We were on lanes 9 and 10 as well, and Fritton has the first 7. They're just they're under the Bud Light sign, as you see on your star cam view here. Nathan Moore still has 279 left. As he gets a strike. Let's go over and check in on our friends on lanes 5 and 6. Gottschall and Miller. Roseman and Raines.
Somebody hasn't missed yet. Still hasn't missed 11 in a row.
It's Joe Roseman looking for 300 here. It'll be a present for him. We're not opening him on the live camera today. These guys are focused on bowling. We don't want to distract them. But they can get a Christmas gift. So that was 278 for Scott Raines. So we're looking at 578 for Roseman and Raines.
They were in
Third. Look out, Adam Barta. Liz Johnson.
I don't know if they're shooting 560 again. I don't know if they are or not.
Liz Johnson and Adam Barta are down on lanes 1 and 2. But traditionally is not one of the greatest pairs in the house.
It's actually my favorite pair in the house. Believe it or not. This is for the 22nd 300 in the tournament. Not 10. We're up 7.
299 for Roseman.
They started that game 229 pins behind Johnson and Barta.
Rick Miller 248. Gottschall can shoot 227. Just can't knock down enough pins. Rob's making good shots, but can't carry as well as he needs to. Head back over to the star cam. I'll be right back.
Danny Spinks up on 14, spare, or 13, spare 6-bagger. Cody's got the last 4 in this battle for the number right here in front of you. And with everybody moving the same way, it's gonna know how far or ahead or behind. Probably from the team crossing with you or just next to you, so.
looks like 267 for Andre Parker. Possible 278. For Coleman. Jeremy Klein's looking for 300 and just totally just stones a 9 right there.
Dark Cloud, Mike Flanagan.
Appreciate TK Pro Shop joining us here.
Yeah, if you're working in a pro shop or a bowling alley today, probably should give Ken Weiner a call and ask for help to have it streaming in your shop or in your center.
There you go.
Until the telecast starts. Don't forget to record the PBA show at 12 Central Time. Watch that. You forgot your jersey, Mike. Your
yeah, I thought about it.
Jersey?
But yeah, we got to do some pictures today, though. So I decided.
You could have switched.
Yeah, in an hour and a half on ESPN, you can watch Fawaz Abdullah from Team Bahrain bowl his first match against Scott Norton.
Was the first appearance on the show this year by a left-hander, if I'm not mistaken?
I think so. Sean Swanson already updating 13 minutes ago, says, thanks to IB guys, Jerry and Kathy from Redbird, raised nearly $1,000 selling bracelets for Cox Health Cancer Foundation. Thanks to Columbia 300 for the bowling balls to raffle and the bracelets. So,
got it. Let's see. A text message asking us to read the scoring monitor on 13 and 14. So, Mr. Bowman, Cody has string going. He can strike out for 258. Danny can strike out for 269 for the team currently in 12th. Matt Cleveland can throw his fill shot for 233. And Dan can strike out for 239.
just another Facebook update. Jody Westner checking in. Live streaming the holiday doubles presented by Inside Bowling on the new Smart LG flat screen she just got. It's pretty
cool.
sweet, she says. And Aaron Hawkins says, Mike Flanagan is going to need to start streaming in 3D. They got a new 3D TV and would like for us to push the envelope. So we'll make sure that Brian Burkhart notes that people want 3D live streaming. We'll see what we can do on that.
Let's get the telestrator first. See if Cody Clayton can throw it on the correct side this time. Yes, sir. Another fortuitous bounce. Might be just the guy to do it, to get on a run here with Danny. Just dropped just the guy to do a reference for it. 15 and 16, that is 215 and 232 for Monteith and Ness. Eric Zamowski shoots 210, Valenta can shoot 246 if he can strike out here. They entered this game in 20th on the outside looking in. Bohr and Wilson, Mike, were in 14th place, and Nathan Bohr can strike out one more time here for 238. Spartan Russ Wilson, 265. That'll put him above the number for sure with one game to go. They were just 8 out. So 461 for Cleveland and Sweet. They need one more big game to get them in here.
Like to see Russ Wilson and Nathan Bohr get in there for sure.
Danny Spink, our 2012 IB Open champion. Second ball in the 10th on lane 13. Got it. Put them in the 520s. What? 300? Yep. Really? You get a gift. Come get it and then come talk to me. Mike, our 22nd 300 game. We missed it. Good friend Greg Look. Gonna go down and get his gift. He'll come up over here and talk about it. He's bowling with Chris Taylor this weekend. They were in 23rd. 140 or so out. 100 over Greg by itself should help. They're skipping 3 pairs this time.
Yep, skip 1, skip 2, skip 3.
Don Griffin staring me down.
The Donald, as I like to call him. I didn't even know they were there.
Mike stand.
You probably have one if you want. So in front of us now on the Sky Cam, 11-12 is Perky, Choate, Marable, and TJ. 13 and 14 is Joe Roseman's team and Rob Gotch's team. Griffin and Bradshaw are on 15 and 16. They're crossing with Rob and Randy Rao. 9 and 10. Orange and Daniel and Johnson and Barta. So for all of you Barta Nation members out there. Trying to get the jump on this field and run away from everybody. Not sure what they shot last game, down on 1 and 2.
Need the heat to kick on. It's getting a little chilly in here, Lee.
I don't agree. So, thanks to the folks in the chat there. Kim Mann said Pete and Liz had 235 apiece, which means Adam still has not beaten Liz today. Maybe I could just put in a friend request here to Pete Barta so you can just see that. There he is. Maybe he'll see that down there. Mr. Valenta says he feels like he's bowling a PBA event. Pattern not the same as that, but the scores are. Should be too much longer here for scores from the third game. Crowd starting to fill in here to Redbird Lanes as Mike ran away again. So this is the start of the last game of the semifinal round. Put up or shut up time for holiday doubles. In the top 12 will make round robin match play. Of the 24 teams bowling right now, there were an additional 3 teams that got checks last night. Wolf and Shepard, Stapp and Clark, Ramaklis and Pels. Pretty good. Good first 3 out, if you will. Greg looks here in front of the Christmas tree, getting his present. You kind of heard him walk through there on that mic, which is on. It's probably just got a piece of paper on it telling you what you got. Alright, Greg's got a box with a snowman on it. He wins. Alright, got a t-shirt. They're in the office when we're done. Just hang on to that piece of paper. Keep it up, Greg. One more big one. Let's leave it there. Yep, Greg won a t-shirt donated to us by Wolf's Bowl and Supply.
I got a t-shirt.
Down in Kentucky.
All right, guys, back with you, Mike Flanagan here, InsideBowling.com, along with Lee Boudouris. We had a few administrative tasks to help with the tournament director, Jerry Anderson, on some score sheet things and printing a few things, moving some files around, so we got that taken care of. Some logistics here. Not only do we bring you the live streaming and the broadcast, but we also have to make sure the tournament is running okay here indoors in this facility here at Redbird Lanes in Cahokia, Illinois. I got a call from the tournament director over at the Clark Griswold tournament as well, our second chance event. John Brockland's running the event over there along with Kim Richter and Jeff Reed. And they are through 2 games over there. And they've got about 80 brackets over there, and they're bowling on the middle road pattern. And I did not get a scoring update, but everything's running smooth as silk. For anybody that wanted to know how that tournament was going, everything's going well.
Was that just a real-life iteration of Mike's paperwork?
I think it was. I think it was, actually. Mike's paperwork.
The music for that was unforgettable.
That it was. Don the Legend worked on that on the IB show. That was a lot of fun. Let's go over to 5 and 6. Take a look at Chris Taylor and Greg Look. How do those two guys look after after 2 games?
Well, after 2 they were in 23rd, but Greg just shot 300. Got himself a t-shirt from Mike Wolf's Bowl and Supply. I don't know what Chris shot, but they'll be higher than 23rd.
Jeremy Hunt checking in with us. He was on last night, and if you were part of that broadcast, he kept talking about Hammer Bowling Products, which is a great sponsor of this event, but he also kept calling me PBA Extra Frame Superstar Mike Flanagan. So today he says, how's the PBA Extra Frame Superstar Mike Flanagan, my favorite IB booth personality, Leo, doing this morning?
Doing well, Mr. Jeremy Hunt.
We were having some fun last night. Greg Look with a triple. Crossing with Chaz Brewer and David Aldridge. See Bob Marable up on lane 12. Where do they sit in the standings, Lee?
Well, it just reloaded, so I'll be able to tell you, Mike. After
after
games,
three. Excellent.
Johnson, Barta, the lead shrinks to 122 over
how many?
122 pins.
122.
Over Rains and Roseman after that big game. Another 100 back to Perky and Choate third, and then it bunches up. Adams and Boyer, Spink and Clayton up 7 spots to 5th. Marable and Jones are in 7th place. The cut line is plus 890. Orange and Daniel. Scroggins and Williams trying to complete their last to first move. They're in 13th. Randy and Rob Rowell and Mike are in 14th. They're here, if you can see on our Skycam, on 15 and 16th. Got a front 5 and a spare 4-bagger for them. They're only 10 behind. Matt Cleveland and Dan Sweet just behind them, and Bradshaw and Griffin are in 16th place, and they're Jay's up on lane 15. You get too much further past that, you're going to have just so many teams to cross. You're going to have a huge game. You can shoot 550 and jump from about 19th or 20th all the way. It's Rob Brown with the front 6, throwing the gold ball.
So we've got, this is game number 4 of our semifinal round this morning, and then we're going to cut down to the top 12, and they're going to bowl 12 games of round-robin match play with 30 bonus being awarded. All pins carry over, no stepladder. So as you mentioned, Lee, Barta and Johnson got off to a really big start this morning, and they've seen their lead shrink a little bit from as big as it was a little while ago. They started just 15 pins ahead of second place Orange and Daniels, but I'm sure they're happy to have 122 pins now over second place Rains and Roseman. With 30 pins of bonus match play over 12 games, anything can happen, and a lot of ground can be made up. We're just getting going here.
Yeah. Well, you got 12 games in match play. That's a lot.
Our man, Dean Billings. Roy Adams, Jeremy Boyer. Adams and Boyer sit 4th right now. Billings and Carson in 6th.
But even that team was only 38 above the number in 6th place. So, got to keep striking. The motto of the weekend. It's a 5-bagger for Carson down there. Must have heard me. Don Griffin was looking all the way from the projector, even though he's right to our right. And even though there's a TV screen right in front of him.
Yeah, the projector and the live scoring here in the building certainly sets a nice mark for this.
Like a PBA event, just like BV mentioned on Facebook.
What did he say?
He said it felt like a PBA event.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. When did he do that? This morning?
About 20 minutes ago or so, half an hour ago.
What a nice guy.
Front 8, Mike, for Cody Clayton down there on 21-2. They had moved up 7 spots in their last game.
Team of Clayton and Spink.
Last year, they bowled this tournament and missed match play by 1 spot, if I remember.
Means you had it open in 2 browsers. Huh? Yeah. You probably had it open in 2 windows. So you were watching it twice. Oh. Yeah, you had it open in 2 browsers. We had a gentleman come through and just say that last night when he was watching, he could hear us twice. He'd hear us talk once and then he'd hear it again like an echo. And usually when that happens, for anybody at home, if you ever have that problem, it's because you've got it open in 2 different browsers. And the time delay isn't synced up perfectly, so it'll be like, it would sound something like this. Jeremy Boyer up
on 11 and 12.
And that's a strike. And
that's a strike.
And there goes Jeremy Boyer again. There
Keep
goes Jeremy
smiling.
Boyer again. Keep smiling, smiling. So, and that would be very annoying. So I can understand why the gentleman turned the speakers down last night, but he missed all that great commentary. It's a great opportunity to tell you as well that we have a YouTube channel. Make sure you go out and subscribe to it and like it. We will have all archive coverage, start to finish, all 32 hours or so. We're going to put it together in a little DVD box set. We're just going to upload this thing straight to YouTube for you to be able to watch later on this week. The process that takes is for me to rip all the videos down, cut them into 4-hour segments for each squad, submit them to YouTube, upload them, and it takes about 18 to 20 hours to process and actually have YouTube make them live. So I would probably say that's going to be around Tuesday around noon. Those should be about available, if my math is correct.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe even sooner though, because we've got the holiday coming up with New Year's Eve and the New Year. So Happy New Year, everybody, too, to you. 2013, may it be the most prosperous year of your life. And if any of you out there play the Powerball or the Mega Millions or any of that good stuff throughout the year, and if any of you were fortunate enough to win, we would love to be included in your fortunes. And maybe we could have an event named after you and your lottery winnings, and we can upgrade our cameras, and you can boot us out of the booth and hire some professionals to come in and actually bring in the action.
I only got one number on my ticket, Mike. I'm sorry. I tried.
One number.
Yeah, I actually stopped through the Motomart in Redbud where they sold that $200 and something million ticket.
Oh, brother.
Just this past week, actually. They got signs up everywhere. think somebody told Rob Rao they were 2 spots out of the cut. He's got the front 9. Randy's only misses are single pin spares in the first and the 6th, and that 6th frame was a smash 7-pin.
So he spared them both. He's got 269 left, so 569 possible for Rao and Rao, as we're going to see some leapfrogging going on here, I'm sure. Tristan Choate and Kevin Perkey last year were leading with a couple of games to go and did not finish the way that they would like. They have a chip on their shoulder, and they are really wanting to figure out a way to win this thing and take home the title. And that's Tristan on lane number 11 with a blower 5. Miller and Gottschall have not been able to strike with the same authority as a lot of the other bowlers in the field, as Rick Miller now can shoot 211. Rob Gottschall 234 left.
Even Bob Marable and TJ, Mike, need to throw a couple more strikes together just to try and pull a little bit more distance between themselves and
Miller and
some of the
Gottschall.
oncoming teams.
Yeah, Miller and Gottschall are in 10th, Lee, so every pin matters. 210. Gottschall can shoot 238. They can get 48 pins here. Pretty critical for Rob to step up and get them all here to even have a chance of making it into the top 12.
And here's Rob Rao on 16 in the red shirt and the gold ball. And 9 strikes.
Rob Gottschall is one of those guys that if you're watching at home and you're a student of the game or you want to teach your kids how to bowl, Rob Gottschall is the type of style you would like to see your kid have, definitely. There's a good looking shot there by Rob. Rob's on Team Storm. He's sponsored by Storm. And Rob is a player. He is a guy that can get it done on very difficult conditions, and he can come out and strike with them as well. You see he and his partner Rick Miller making it in our top 24 today in this 108-team field, totally sold-out field. Brunswick 300 checking in says Lee Boudouris is the best Let It Ride player he's ever known.
I don't even know what that is. So, like, oh, a casino. It says a casino game.
Yeah, it's a casino game.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember playing it. I could be wrong though.
Well, Lee also has a drinking problem, so he forgets things when he blacks out.
Who do you think I am? Oh, it's Joe Labat. That's been how long it's been since I played it, I guess. Because the first year I bowled Nationals, I bowled with Joe's team in Vegas. And that would be the last time I've ever played Let It Ride, I guess. That was in 2009. Sorry, Joe. I guess we need to bowl together at some point. All right, Rob Rao, or as they call him in the 700 Club tournaments, Robert Rob Rao. I don't know why, but 1 strike to claim 300. Got it.
300 for Rob Rao. Was that a gold ball?
That is gold ball. Where's your pen at?
There's a lot of gold balls around here today.
We'll watch Pops here try and finish off 269.
I must thought it was time to go or something.
Got TJ walking around somewhere, hear him through the mic.
Yeah, he's down there by the mic. He's down there by the live mic. We're listening to TJ Jones.
Also known as Rick James.
Mic'd up. Yeah, Rick James. That's a good one. I like that. I'm Rick James.
We bowled against him in the Friday League at Alton a couple years ago. He had too many of something that was blue and kept striking. And he'd say that every time he came back off the lane, so I've been calling him that ever since. Randy Rao kicks that 7 out. So this will move them from 14th into probably the top 5 or 6. Griffin and Bradshaw were just 2 spots behind them. Here's Don. Strike out for 47. Jay's already got 46 up. They're going to need a little bit of help.
Rao and Rao, father-son. Father and son, Rao and Rao, have possible 569 here. Very good shooting on lanes 15 and 16. And Randy Rao has just recently overcome and is dealing with MS. Another terrible disease that people have to deal with sometimes, and he's out here bowling very well. An inspirational story to everyone. Randy Rao
Bowling well all year long.
bowling with his son Rob.
569.
569, excellent. Very good. Happy to see that out of those guys.
We went 289 over 289 over 4.
So we do have a pair in play here still, 5 and 6. We will not leave you.
Grab something out of there.
Looks like the camera got knocked a little bit there, though. Chaz Brewer's working on 270. 250 for his partner. Looks like it was 247 for Greg Look and 247 for Chris Taylor.
Let's see what Rob's got here in his envelope. I think he got some more of the stability strike socks.
Derek Madsen stopping by saying that good job. We did a good job this weekend. Derek bowled his tail off. He bowled very well this weekend. He was our overall individual leader yesterday. I guess you guys are going to fall up a little short of the top 12. Yeah. Still a good showing, though, Derek. Very good bowling. So, Lee Boudouris, with competition ceasing here, what's going to happen now is the players are going to go on break while we figure out who the top 12 teams are. That will update on your ticker up above. They're going to oil the lanes, and we'll come back on and let you know what those scores are, what those numbers are when we get our top 12. But until then, Mike Flanagan here, InsideBowling.com, bringing you more coverage of the Holiday Doubles Tournament here in Cahokia, Illinois. We hope you stay with us. We'll be back in about an hour to bring you the finals and all the coverage that you will need between now and about 5 p.m. when we will crown our champions. Will it be Liz Johnson and Adam Barta? Will it be another team chasing them down? We wait, we see. We will bring it to you here on IBTV in just a few moments. Thank you so much, everyone, for being with us. We'll be back roughly in about an hour, but we will check in with that cut update here as soon as we have it.